Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're watching us. This is Alberto Rujan, and I'm here today with the only one, the fantastic Amanda Miller. And today we wanted to talk about what's coming up, what's new, what's old, what's in the future, and what we have for our listeners and our viewers. And why do I choose Amanda? Because she's my right hand and she's so good at just understanding everything we do that I say, Amanda, why don't we just have an interview in a podcast format and we tell our listeners what we are all about? So today we're going to talk about our podcast and what's coming up, why do we do it, and not just from my perspective, but from Amanda's perspective. Thank you so much for being here with us, Amanda.
I'm very excited. This is definitely a new experience, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to connect with not only our horse owners, but a lot of the other community as well.
Now, Amanda started working with us some time ago, but most importantly, we have known Amanda and her family for many, many years, and she is the mastermind of our name. Can you tell us a little bit about how our name came about? Because I found out that your mom, which is Lisa, and she is a dear friend and a dear client, she gave me ideas for our name of Equine Performance Innovative Center. Back in the days, it used to be EPC, Equine Performance Center. And one day she called me and she gave me this idea, which Amanda's going to tell you about it. And I really thought it was coming from her. What happens that it was apparently not 100% from her. Tell us about it.
So she called me one day, randomly out of the blue. I talk to my parents very frequently, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And she says, I need a word that starts with an I. I said, okay, can I have maybe, I don't know, a little bit of backstory? Like, what is this for? What's happening? She's like, well, is that Dr. Juan's? And they have EPC, but like, how cool would it be if it was like epic? And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. So just on the spot, I open up my dictionary app and I'm going through words that start with I. And I'm like, intelligent. That doesn't sound good. And I just went down the list. I'm like, ooh, innovative. That sounds catchy. That sounds nice. And then she apparently told you, just forgetting to tell you the part where she outsourced her information.
And that was how our name got created, EPIC, Equine Performance Innovative Center. So now publicly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you, thank you, because we love it. We've trademarked it, and it has been fantastic.
It has been a very fun experience now, coming full circle and working for the company that I helped create the name for.
Tell us about what are we thinking on this new podcast series that we're going to come about from your perspective. What other great ideas do you have?
It's definitely going to be as we go as well, but I'm very excited to help connect with our community and with our horse owners on what they want to know. We want to hear from you guys, messaging in on social media. If you're at the clinic, let us know what kinds of things are you guys not familiar with. What can we do to help you get a stride above in your education on being a horse owner or a trainer or, whatever horse background you have, so that we can help you understand more and know what the jargon is when your vet's talking to you. You're not just going, the vet says that I need that. Okay, we want you to be able to know why. So we're excited to be able to have different guests of different backgrounds and different professions within the equine industry to be able to share more information with you guys.
So we're going to be very intentional on our purpose. And our purpose is going to be educating clients, horse owners, horse trainers, horse fanatics, and like we were talking about earlier, like the translation between the veterinary jargon, complicated scientific names, to layman's understanding term. That way they can make better decisions about their horses.
Absolutely. You don't know what you don't know.
Anything that our clients talk to you that you would like to know, that you will ask me, what kind of topics we can discuss?
I think starting off is kind of like who you are and how you even got started.
That's a great question.
Who are you?
Okay, good. You might not even know this, but some people know that when I was 8 years old, I went through a life-changing event, right? at the at the age of 8. And what happened was that I would ride horses every day of my life ever since I was less than 8, ever since I was a little kid until my adult life. But that particular moment was important because one of my horses, my dad was riding him, and it actually had an accident. And unfortunately, in our town, there was no veterinarian. And now, at the age of 8, I was like, how come there's so many human doctors in this little town and there's no one to take care of my horse, no one veterinarian? And I was just desperate. I had no idea what to do. My horse was injured. Both of his hind legs were injured and nothing to do. No one could do anything. So at that moment, I just made the decision that I was going to become a veterinarian that fixed horses' legs. And from that moment on until yesterday or this morning, everything I have done is dream about or come up with ideas to fix horses which previously have not been able to be fixed. And most importantly, to ensure that no owner, no trainer, or no kid ever feels desperate, powerless for not being able to spend more time with their beloved horses. So that's how everything started. And then in between 2008 2009, we came to Ocala, Florida. By we, I mean Willie and I, and we started Performance Equine, and with the same vision, the same purpose. Then several years later, in 2017, we started Epic Equine Performance Innovative Center, always with the same vision, the same idea to take the horse care to the next level, to do things that were not being able to be done before, and to fix horses that were not being able to fix horses. That's why you see amazing stories in our YouTube channel of horses that were not supposed to make it, and we just found a team that has the same mission and the same vision as us, and now we can do things that were not being able to be done before.
What are you most excited about being able to do this podcast now and be able to release information regularly and share?
Over the last probably 15 years or so as a veterinarian, we have had many, many questions, right? From our owners, trainers, horse enthusiasts or fanatics. But the questions, after a while, start repeating themselves. And I have found that there's a pattern of questions, a pattern of information that is missing for horse owners or for horse trainers. So what I want to do is I want to answer those questions on the best way so they know the best information, the newest information, but also the fundamentals. Because sometimes we think that something is new and innovative, and those treatments might be very fundamentals. And I am very big on first teaching the fundamentals and then going to the new things. So that's one of the most exciting things for me, is where I'm going to be able to connect the dots for owners and trainers. And I see it every day when I'm explaining a treatment, or I'm explaining something as like PRP or stem cell, for example, and I explain it to the clients, and they're like, oh, that's what that means. Today is Friday, February 20, what day is today?
Today's the 24th.
24th. Friday, February 24th. Oh, my son's birthday. Michael, happy birthday. So the 24th of February 2023. Yesterday I had someone in my office who's been in the horse business all her life, and she did not know the difference between stem cells and PRP. So I want to be the one who connects those dots for everybody.
I love that. I'm very excited for it. I think this is going to be a very fun adventure for us to be able to share with everyone. Forward to it.
Yes. So this is what you should expect from our podcast. Follow us, and we're going to have tons of information for you. We're going to bring experts in topics of treatment, experts in topics of diagnosis, and of course, we put our own little information there for you so you know what our view is in our topics. Our view is our new treatments, old treatments, therapeutics, diagnosis, rehabilitation, medicines, pharmacology. We'll talk about horse shows. We'll talk about drug testing. We'll even put some controversial topics in there in some of our podcasts. So come join us and enjoy it. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you.